Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10, powered by Reva University.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been 3 days since the Friday violence. We saw the violence. We saw the riots that took place in some cities. We saw our policemen bleeding, injured, stoned. And yet there is an attempt to whitewash this reality, an attempt to question stringent action. And that is why tonight I ask, can we allow this riot culture to continue to fester? Or is it time to hashtag stop the riot culture? Let's talk straight about it. Let's debate.
80 hours and 400 arrests later, the situation is under control. But what happened on Friday cannot be brushed aside. In Uttar Pradesh, there was violence in multiple cities. In Karnataka, effigies like these were hanging on wires, and violence erupted in many other parts. There were so-called protests in Maharashtra. In Kashmir,
तो कुल मिला के एक्टिविटीज़ में काफ़ी बढ़ोतरी हुई है और इरादे इनके नेक नहीं लग रहे, बट हम भी पूरी तरह से तैनात हैं. हमारी कोशिश रहेगी कि कोई भी ऐसी अनप्लेजेंट घटना ना घटे.
in Punjab, and even in Jharkhand's Ranchi. They were riots. They were thought out, synchronized and planned.
ये 15 दिन के बाद अचानक नबी की मोहब्बत का जाग जाना किसी एजेंडे का, किसी खुफिया एजेंडे का हिस्सा लगता है.
Some like Yogi Adityanath have decided to come down with a heavy hand on the riot accused. But some still want to whip up a justification.
और अगर वो आवाज उठाते हैं तो उनको गोली मार दी जाती है, उनको लिंच किया जाता है और उसमें सरकार का पूरा हाथ होता है.
आप कैसे आपको होता कौन है उत्तर प्रदेश का मुख्यमंत्री के वो जज बन चुका है कि इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट के चीफ जस्टिस बन चुके हैं. वो आप कलेक्टिव पनिशमेंट मुसलमान दे रहे हैं. ये जुल्म कर रहे हैं भाजपा की सरकार.
Some want the rioters on the streets.
ये कल नमाज के बाद कुछ लोग प्री प्लान तरीके से कुछ लोगों ने प्रोटेस्ट मार्च निकाली थी, जिसमें कोई वायलेंस जनहानि तो नहीं हुई थी, पर फिर भी बिना परमिशन के प्रोटेस्ट मार्च निकाली थी, जिससे कि लोगों में डर की भावना कुछ समुदाय के विशेष के लोगों में हो गई थी. इसमें हम लोगों ने कुल 54 लोगों को पूरे डिस्ट्रिक्ट से गिरफ्तार किया गया है और करीब 250 लोगों को और आइडेंटिफाई किया है हम लोगों ने सीसीटीवी फुटेज के आधार पर.
And some have used a condemnable statement that has been acted upon to provoke further.
हम भी ये मांगनी करते हैं कि नुपुर शर्मा को फांसी की सजा मिलनी चाहिए करके, वरना अगर उसे आसानी से छोड़ दिया गया तो उसका कोई अंत ही नहीं रहेगा.
But in a democratic nation with established dispute resolution mechanisms, can riot culture prevail? Let's debate.
Ratan Sharda, Subohi Khan, Jaideep Mazumdar is Associate Editor of Swaraj. Dr. Majid Ahmed Talikoti is National Convener of the MRM. He's joining us from the Delhi studio. Rishi Bagri, political observer, very active on social media from Delhi. Ratnakar Tripathi of the Congress, Advocate Waris Pathan, Khaliqur Rahman from Hyderabad, Tala Amir Rashadi of the Rashtra Ulama Council and Tausif Ahmad Khan are completing my panel. Now, obviously everybody knows this, but I'll have to make the point again. Nothing spontaneous about the rioting. Ratnakar Tripathi is pre-planned. A bunch of people came together, decided to carry out violence, and they tried to execute it. My question is different. My question is, if it is outrage of the Muslim community overall that has led to the violence, then kindly tell me, 96% of the total population of Lakshadweep are Muslims. 96%. Subuhi, 96%. Waris Pathan must start by telling me why there was no violence in Lakshadweep. But there was violence in Prayagraj.
Is Yogi Chief Justice?
No, I am asking you. 96% of the population of Lakshadweep, Subuhi, is Muslim or not? How come there's no rioting, no policemen are bleeding on the roads in Lakshadweep, Subuhi? Why?
Yes. Arnab, you raised a very good point here, because all of them are trying to make it a Hindu-Muslim issue.
Bulldozer is also
Are
used
please,
in Lakshadweep.
Varisi, when he was talking to
Okay, let Subuhi answer, then you come in, Waris. Well, let Subuhi answer, then you come in, Waris. Yes, we have a lot of time today. Subuhi.
Yes. Arnab, actually, you have just hit the nail in the head, because all of them who are trying to instigate riots and trying to create an anti-India narrative, they just want to give it a Hindu-Muslim angle. Actually, that's not the truth. This is not happening because of Hindu-Muslim issue. This is happening because there are certain powers who have a nexus, and they are just trying to instigate a civil war in the country. There are certain powers who are actively working behind it. Let me give you a few examples. In Bengal, a cleric who gives an inflammatory speech, he's just roaming free, and a Hindu woman called Ashwani is in the jail. On the face value, we may feel that this has happened because the Bengal TMC government runs on Muslim appeasement. In this case, this may be true. But let me give you another example, what I'm trying to prove here. Let me give you another example here. In Jharkhand, Congress government is denying the desecration of a temple. In Maharashtra, the same Congress government is arresting a young rational voice called Saad Ashfaq Ansari just because he stood for the truth. So this is not about Hindu or Muslim. The same political parties are abusing Hindus in one state. The same political parties are abusing Muslim in another state. Whoever is raising voice for the country, whoever is standing for the truth, they are just trying to implicate them in false cases. They are just trying to put them behind the bars. And as rightly noticed by Arnab, in Lakshadweep it is not happening. But in Uttar Pradesh it is happening. Because Uttar Pradesh is a state very important for border security. A big border we share with Nepal, and China and Pakistan, they try to infiltrate border. So they are trying to instigate people in Uttar Pradesh. This is not a coincidence, Arnab, that right now pro-Khalistan rallies are being organized in Punjab. This is not a coincidence that right now they are trying to instigate people in West Bengal. All these states are not normal states. They are important for national security. So please, Hindu Muslim karna band kariye. Stand for the nation right now. Stand united against the anti-national forces who are working against your country. This is not about Hindu or Muslim, and I'm making this statement with full responsibility.
You see, I'll give you one more example. So viewers have liked this example that I've given here. You see, Ratan Sharda, come into the debate, please, along with Ratnakar Tripathi, and Waris, I'm coming to you also. In fact, we can all debate this. Let's take the case of Assam. Now, I was in Assam over the weekend, and Assam, as you all know, has a substantial Muslim population, almost 33-34%, I think. Yes, Section 144 was imposed in 3 districts: Kachar, Karimganj, and I think Hailakandi. There was one protest in Kachar. There was no violence, no bleeding, no thousands of people coming out and attacking policemen. Point is, it's well planned, it's orchestrated. It's not about Nupur Sharma anymore. Ratnakar Tripathi, be honest. It's not.
Yes.
It's not. It's about, we have to create a riot culture. We have to create a mob culture. We have to create a culture of riots in this country. We have to have the threat of violence. We have to attack uniformed personnel. We have to have the rule of the mob. We have to block the highways. We have to block the roads. You know, Ratnakar Tripathi, people have had enough of this.
When
Yes,
leader of Congress says
Ratan Sharda and then Ratnakar.
when the leader of Congress says that the nation is dipped in kerosene and we just need a matchstick, he goes outside India and says that. When he says that India is not a nation but a union of states, he incites another kind of problem. When these people for days together did not criticize the people had continuously abused Hindus, ridiculed their faith and ridiculed shivling, these people came out immediately in support of these rioters.
No, this is
so this selective, one-eyed, one-eared secularism has hurt India more than anything else.
But let's remain focused on this point.
Congress supported JNU crowd.
No, Mr. Sharma, I want...
riots, which has no relation to Indian Muslims. So these people are continuously...
Repeal the 42nd Amendment.
Appealed.
What are you saying?
Repeal that secular word from the Constitution.
Right. What do you say?
What is Constitution?
Repeal the 42nd Amendment. Erase the secular word from the Constitution.
No,
Dr. Goswami, you have just categorized that barring Lakshadweep Muslims, Assam Muslims and several small pockets of Muslims, all the Muslims of Uttar Pradesh and... Let me speak, Ratan Sharda ji.
Sharia law about Constitution.
Okay, you speak, then I will.
Did you speak? Yes. Did you speak about people trying to impose Sharia on this country about Constitution? When they called Sartan se juda, when they hung the effigy of Nupur Sharma, when the MIM, your partner in Maharashtra for Rajya Sabha elections, said she should be hanged in public, did Congress object? Just tell me that.
No,
and then we can see whether it's a riot.
Let's remain more focused. Let's remain more focused. Let's remain more focused. No, 1 minute. Ratnakar Tripathi is on the debate right now with Jaideep Mazumdar. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a good debate. One minute. Ratnakar Tripathi ji, just इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा सोचिए ऑब्जेक्टिवली. मैंने आसाम के बारे में बोला, मैंने लक्षद्वीप की भी एग्जांपल दी. अब मैं अगला एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं आपको केरल का, है ना. केरल में there are, I don't know the exact percentage, but I think between 25 to 30% as per the last census of the population is Muslim, है ना. There was one protest. Policemen were not bleeding on the roads. There was no absolute uncontrolled situations. The rule of the mob, attacks on uniformed personnel was not happening, which proves my point that this was a huge conspiracy.
I don't.
No, don't call it an emotional reaction. It's not.
I don't think that it is.
Yes, Mr. Tripathi. Was it or was it not a conspiracy? Was Friday a conspiracy, Mr. Tripathi?
Next Friday again. So have Congress criticized that?
I don't think it's mandatory for every Muslim to go on protest.
It's not a protest. It's a riot.
Yeah, you are just dividing Muslims in two phases.
No, I'm not dividing.
One who are nationalists, they are not making any protest.
No, I'm sorry. No, you are using.
Uttar Pradesh are anti-nationalist.
No, sir, Jaideep will respond. Only Jaideep.
Instigated by the clerics and others.
I'm not.
I haven't spoken yet, and you are saying he will respond.
No, 1 minute. He wants to complete. Jaideep, he wants to complete. Ratnakar Tripathi wants to complete. I'll allow him. Then Jaideep will respond. Then Waris will come in. 1 minute. Yeah, Mr. Tripathi, complete. Otherwise, you'll say I'm not.
But don't categorize, I am saying. We are not in a Paleolithic age where when demolishing, bulldozing and killing was the order of the justice. We have established constitution. We have written constitution. We have a procedure of legality.
Yeah, and these people...
Violence,
so
the response of violence by the government...
You should have objected to hanging.
You want to justify it. You just want to justify. Are we tribes? Ratan Sharda ji, please. Ratan Sharda ji, don't speak in between. We are not tribes. You want spot justice, and you are just trying to justify it by saying that Muslims from Assam are not protesting, from Kerala are not protesting, Lakshadweep
This is not a protest, it's a riot. How do you, don't you know how to differentiate between a protest and a riot?
And they are protesting.
You call this a protest. We will show the pictures which he calls a protest.
You are waging a war against Muslims in Uttar Pradesh. You are waging a war against Muslims in Uttar Pradesh, and you want to categorize them as terrorists.
No, okay. Jaideep's responding. Jaideep.
Orchestrated.
Arnab, let me come in here.
Mr. Majumdar.
See, you took the example of Assam. Why protest didn't happen in Assam? Why protest didn't happen in Assam is because the Assam government was very proactive and told the Maulanas that do not preach anything in your Friday prayers, do not tell the congregations to go out to the streets and protest. They were told specifically not to do it, and they did not do it because the warning was very strict. Whereas in Bengal, riots took place, and let me tell you, sitting in Calcutta, I know this, of what actually happened. There has been widespread violence in Bengal, and none of that has come out in the media because the state government doesn't want it to. But why it did happen in West Bengal is that there was no attempt to control the protest. How did the protest break out? After the Friday prayers, after the Maulanas, the preachers, the clerics in the masjids, they incited the mobs. That's why the mobs rioted all over the country. Where they did not do it, like in Assam, no riots happened. It's as simple as that. It was orchestrated. It was very much a well-planned conspiracy.
That's a point. And I would say, Waris, that provocation by anyone, whether by you or by a Maulana, provocation by anyone will not be acceptable in this country. Is that clear, Mr. Patan? Do you understand that as well? Do you believe in that as well?
Point
being, if once more you were to make that tum 15 crore, hum 15 crore, 100 crore par bhari hai, you will be arrested. I'm telling you, you will be arrested if you were to say that once more. It's a fact. Yes.
Violence is condemnable. I condemn all kinds of violence. Nobody should indulge in violence.
Let him complete. Let him make a statement.
Is Yogi Chief Justice of Uttar Pradesh or Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh? Who has authorized him to use bulldozers selectively on Muslim community?
Rubbish.
The ex-Chief Justice of Uttar Pradesh, Allahabad High Court has said today that no, it is per se illegal to demolish homes. It is unconstitutional and illegal. He is the ex-Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court.
One minute, let him complete.
I am not a judge, but a judge has made this comment. What happened to Teni? Teni took his car and he killed 5 of our farmers who were peacefully protesting there. Were they committing a riot? They were peacefully protesting. Teni killed them. Did Yogi use bulldozer on his Teni's home? No. But Afrin Fatima, who raised her voice against Modi government as per the constitution which has guaranteed her freedom of expression. Her mother, her sister and her father were detained, picked up by the police, kept at a place which nobody knew. They went to her home and they demolished the entire place. Who will compensate? And under what provision of law did Yogi?
Saurav is also coming in. Subbu is coming in. Yeah, 1 minute.
Did Yogi demolish? Did Yogi bulldoze the homes of Tini?
I have a question for you. I have a question for you.
What the pattern
is? Mr. Patan, 50.
I will answer to your question.
No, Subbu has a question for you. I also have a couple of questions actually.
To make my point.
No, what is? Just stop a while. Listen to the other side. We'll come back. Please don't do this. Please, Waris, listen. And I want to ask one question also today, Mr. Patan. Okay. Subbu, 1 minute. Can I ask one question?
If somebody asks me
my question is,
to answer the question. Allow me to answer as well, Arnab.
Yeah. But you now listen to me.
Question.
Yeah, my question.
Voyeurism.
My question.
What is happening in Uttar Pradesh is political voyeurism. For the pleasure of everyone, for pleasing the political vote bank of BJP. That is what is happening. Illegal, unauthorized action against so-called protests under no law can you go and demolish a
It's so
house.
infuriating. One minute. I can't have so many people on the screen. 1 minute. Tausif, I'll tell you. Okay, Tausif comes in, and Rishi Bagri is with him on the debate. Tausif, 1 minute. Let's get in Rishi Bagri. He's come, and Mr. Majid Ahmad Talikoti is also on the debate. These are our new panelists. They have not come before, and I want to hear them. Tanveer, Tausif, tell me one thing. Tausif, listen. Are you truly
protesting and go and demolish the house owned by her wife, gifted by her father? That's not how the law works. That's how
if you can finish, I'll say
That's
something.
how mafia works.
No, if
how gundas work.
No, if you
Chief Minister is behaving like a gunda. A criminal. That is not how the government functions.
Okay.
That is how criminals function, mafia functions.
Okay.
Government doesn't function like that.
No?
Government process follows due process of law.
Okay.
Notice in bad date was given on 11th and it was dated in the month of May. 11th June the notice was served. Owner of the family has a written letter.
Okay, have you finished? Have you finished?
The Chief Justice.
Have you
Four
finished?
lawyers.
No, have you finished? If you can't hear me, then there's no point.
Community.
Tausif, you can hear me, I'm told. I'm told that you can hear me. Hello. Can you hear me? Tausif, can you hear me?
Written to the
Thank
Chief
you.
Justice.
Okay, you can't
Please
hear me.
talk about
Then
the
it's
letter
this point.
written by the lawyer. Please talk what grievances they have. What grievances they have. Please don't shield them, Arnab. They don't earn you bread. You do your own work. Be truthful to your work and talk about the letter that was written to the Chief Justice. People will appreciate you. I will appreciate you.
Now, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, if you finish, thank you very much. People's appreciation matters a lot to me. Your appreciation, I'm not sure. But I'll tell you one thing.
You must.
No, I'll tell you my frank reply.
You think you are
Now listen to me. Now listen to me, Baba. Now listen. Oh God, he goes again. You know, I don't understand why you don't stop when I tell you to. My question is now to Rishi Bagri is on the debate with.
Consider yourself pro-BJP and I am anti-BJP. That is why. Is that the sole reason? My appreciation does not matter.
You know, you are like
because you consider yourself pro-BJP and myself anti-BJP.
Can't address
What logic do you have?
Who gave threat
I sometimes this is ridiculous. I tell you one thing. No, 1 minute. I want to bring in Rishi and Ahmad Talikoti on one side, okay? And I'm bringing in Tala Ahmad Rashidi and Khalikur Rahman on the other one. Before that, let me tell you one thing. I am completely against people like you, Tausif, who are supporting the culture of violence. I am against people like you. I am against people like you, Tausif, completely. And I'm proud to say I'm against people like you who support the rule of the mob, Tausif. Come on, Ed. If you can debate with me. I'm against people like you who support those who block highways. And you don't feel anything when policemen are bleeding.
Violence is not
after stone pelting. You don't feel anything there. And now listen to me now. Enough. Now listen to me. My point is there was this whole controversy over the weekend. Tala Ahmad Rashidi and Khalikur Rahman debating with Dr. Majid Ahmad Talikoti and Rishi Bagri on the other side. And the whole section was, and they say, you know, we must believe in the rule of law. And they are now saying that in this country the rule of law is being bulldozed. Why? Because a riot accused called Javed Ahmad, his house was demolished. Now, if he is the mastermind of the Prayagraj violence, my question is, Rishi, how does that become an indictment of the rule of law? If there is a notice which has been issued and then his house has been brought down, what's wrong?
They are crying for one house.
Let Rishi go. Let Rishi go first. Let Rishi go first.
They are crying for one house of Javed, but shops were looted, homes were ransacked, buses were burned, trains were stoned, shops were charred to ashes. They torched government places. They used kids in stone pelting and human shield, and they call it a peaceful protest. Now you need to understand that the right to peaceful protest doesn't mean right to destroy property, right to burn trains, right to loot shop, right to pelt stone, right to arson, right to thrash poor people, right to attack policemen with desi guns and stones. It doesn't mean that. And several police investigations have revealed that the Friday violence was not spontaneous, but a pre-planned in advance.
That you are talking,
and several WhatsApp groups were used to gather the mobs.
Can you give an evidence of all the rubbish that you are talking?
Yeah,
is there any evidence?
It's a Ranchi police which comes under the UPA government. It is a Ranchi police which comes under the UPA government. It's not comes under the BJP government which is giving this investigations needs.
Do you have any proof? Do you have any evidence of that? No, you don't
I'm
have
telling
nothing.
you, boss, this is what the Ranchi police is saying. The Ranchi police comes under the UPA government. It doesn't come under the BJP
let me come to the point. Arnab, you were talking about, he's talking about, we are not crying for the demolition of one particular home. We are crying, we are screaming, and we are raising our voices for saving the constitution. We are raising our voices to save the land of the law. There is an established process of law in this country, and the country would run by the law of the land, not by polarization, not by the law of the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. The country would run by the law of the nation. You know, there is an established process.
Okay. I want Rashadi. Mr. Rashadi.
You should read this statement.
Mr. Rashadi.
Chief Justice of High Court.
Mr. Rashadi. Okay, he's now stopping.
Totally illegal.
Khaliqur Rahman, my question to you is, Khaliqur Rahman is on the debate right now with Dr. Majid. Khaliqur Rahman, he says here, this country will run by the rule of the law. Of course it will. But my question is, Mr. Khaliqur Rahman, these people pelting stones out there last Friday, were they following the rule of the law? Were they following the rule of the law? Please don't tell me, please tell Rashadi there. Which law, which provision of the law were they following?
First of all, let us all condemn the way the democracy has been bulldozed in our country.
Don't give me prepared answers, Mr. Khaliqur Rahman. Don't give me prepared answers. Answer my question.
When you have called me on your debate, you have to listen to me.
No, but what is my question, Mr. Khaliqur Rahman?
Shouting is not.
What is my question? My question is, these people who are pelting stones, were they following the rule of law? That was my limited point to you. You can reply to that and then I'll get a response from Dr. Majid.
Whoever has pelted the stones, the police is there, the law is there to take care, cognizance of that, take care of that. The law will take its own course. But has the government got the right to take the law in its hand and bulldoze the whole?
Yes.
Who has arbitrarily, who has given the government the right? Can government be the judge? Can government be the court?
Why are you? Why, Mr. Khaliqur Rahman, just 1 minute. I'm asking you, just don't mind my asking you this. This country has so many problems, so many issues for someone like you to raise. Why are you trying to defend a person who is the mastermind of the Prayagraj rioting? He was given time to vacate his house. There were specific violations of illegal constructions on the first floor and ground floor. Encroachment space was given. He was duly given a notice on the 10th of June seeking an explanation for his illegal construction on the ground floor of his house. He was given time to vacate. A demolition notice was pasted. He was asked to appear before the Prayagraj Development Authority. 24th May was set as the date for him to appear before the PDA to explain his unauthorized encroachments, which he failed to do so. He did not even send a representative. See, now you're quiet because I'm giving the facts. Original demolition notice was pasted on 25th May with a deadline of suo motu action by the 9th of June. Okay, so I don't understand. Please explain to me, when Kangana's house was demolished or a part of it, you didn't protest. Waris was quiet. Waris had pin drop silence. When Kangana's house was demolished, Waris didn't say anything. But when a riot, when a mastermind of a riot, the house is demolished, they want him to be given a prize. And on the debate right now, 1 minute, Waris is speaking right now. Calm down. Waris is speaking. Yes, Waris.
But Arnab, as you said, it was an illegal encroachment, illegal construction. So what was the Yogi government doing since last 7 years? Yogi is there in power since. What was he doing? Why did he wait for that?
Ratan Sharda, those who are responding on the debate right now.
Because Because
Arnab, I want to
Afreen
make one
Fatima,
very
the
important
daughter
point.
of
Then
Javed,
have her on the
He will
screen.
keep
Thank
on
you.
repeating the same things.
Against Modi
He will
government.
keep on repeating the same
Constitution has
things.
authorized her to
Varis ji,
make her point. It is a freedom of expression. No, you don't teach me what I have to bring. You don't teach me. Allow me to make my point. I never interjected when you were making your point. No, Khamosh. Let me allow my make. No, you are simply.
Subu is on the debate right now. He says Khamosh. Subu is on the debate.
बात कीजिए, अपनी जबान संभाल कर बात कीजिए.
Allow me to make my point. No, allow me to make my point.
बात कीजिए.
अरे आप संभाल के बात करो. क्या मेरे को तमीज नहीं सीखना तुम्हारे से? तमीज नहीं सीखना, चलो. तमीज नहीं सीखना मेरे को तुम जैसे लोगों से. तमीज नहीं सीखना मुझे तुम लोगों से. आप कौन होते हो मुझे तमीज सीखना?
अर्नब, या तो इनकी आवाज कम करवाइए. अर्नब, I am going to make a very important point which will prove what you said in the beginning of the debate.
Arnab, if you reduce my voice,
I am not reducing. What is both up?
Reduce my further, I will leave the debate.
Calm down, both of you are not reducing anyone's voice, but you have to listen to each other.
Very important point here.
I'm not reducing anyone's voice. No, nobody's reducing anyone's voice. Waris, please. Waris, we're here to debate. Nobody's reducing anyone's fader. You can debate, but both of you have to be a little tolerant with each other.
The country run on constitution, rule of law.
ना ये 1984 है, ना मैं शाहबानो हूँ. मैं सुबुई खान हूँ और वारिस पठान है. साइज में रहिए, साइज में. ज्यादा उड़िए मत हवा में. बात सुनिए जो मैं बोल रही हूँ. आफरीन फातिमा के फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन स्पीच की बहुत चिंता है आपको.
फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन. अरे छोड़ो फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन का. मुसलमानों के खिलाफ कार्रवाई की जा रही है. वन साइड कार्रवाई मुसलमानों के खिलाफ की जा रही है. टेनी का घर क्यों नहीं बुलडोजर से उड़ा दिया आपने? आफरीन फातिमा ने मोदी के खिलाफ आवाज उठाई थी, सीए एनआरसी के खिलाफ अपनी आवाज उठाई थी, संविधान के दायरे में रहकर अपनी बात रखी थी, डेमोक्रेटिक राइट का इस्तेमाल किया था. इसलिए आपने जाके उसके घर को तोड़ दिया. ये आफरीन फातिमा के नाम पे घर नहीं है.
अपने राज्य में महाराष्ट्र
अरे सुनो, आफरीन फातिमा के नाम पे घर नहीं है, उसकी माँ के नाम पे घर है. म्युनिसिपैलिटी का टैक्स भरती है, म्युनिसिपैलिटी का टैक्स भरती है, बिल भरती है, सब भरती है. अरे इलीगल एनक्रोचमेंट है ना, कोर्ट ऑर्डर करेगा. अरे डोगले आप हो, डोगला आपका पूरा खानदान और डोगला पर बात नहीं करना. जुबान तमीज से बात करना.
कोई भी
अरे आपका नाम सुबुई खान है. आपको तो नेशनल स्पोक्स पर्सन भी नहीं बनाया है बीजेपी ने. आपको तो स्पोक्स पर्सन भी नहीं बनाया है बीजेपी ने. आप जो बीजेपी के तलवे चाट रहे हो ना, आपको तो स्पोक्स पर्सन भी नहीं बनाया है बीजेपी ने. क्या बात करते हो आप बीजेपी की? क्या बीजेपी लगाया है?
राजनीति में नहीं.
क्या बात करते हो आप?
जीवन पॉलिटिक्स से शुरू.
अरे सपना देखना छोड़ो, हकीकत की दुनिया में आओ. कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला, कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला. झूठ बोलने से आप अपने आप के दर्जा बुलंद नहीं करो. खामोश बैठो. बीजेपी की बात करने आ गए. अरे बीजेपी ने हमारे पूरे देश के अंदर आग लगा दी है. बीजेपी ने नफरत फैला दी है. बीजेपी ने पूरे देश में नफरत फैला दी. आपको पता है मुसलमानों को टारगेट किया जा रहा है. पहले हिजाब के नाम पे किया, हलाल गोश्त के नाम पे किया, पर्दे के नाम पे किया, लाउड स्पीकर के नाम पे किया, जहांगीरपुरी में हमारे घरों को तोड़ा और अब जाके आफरीन फातिमा के घर को तोड़ दिया.
एक मिनट. While everybody is on, I want to say something. वारिस सुनिए, मेरी बात सुनिए, मेरी बात सुनिए. मैं बिल्कुल अग्री करता हूं आपके साथ. मैं बिल्कुल अग्री करता हूं आपके साथ. मेरी बात सुनिए. वारिस पठान एंड रतन शारदा, इन्होंने कहा 2 versus 2 ऑन द डिबेट राइट नाउ. इन्होंने कहा बीजेपी ने नफरत की आग फैला दी है देश में और वारिस पठान सिर्फ अमन के लिए, सिर्फ शांति के लिए और देश में कौमी एकता के लिए दिन रात अपना कर्मठ है इसमें. बिल्कुल एक तरह से एक दिन भी नहीं जाता जिस दिन वारिस पठान कौमी एकता के लिए, कम्युनल हार्मनी के लिए काम नहीं करते हैं. ये वारिस पठान वो वारिस पठान नहीं है जिन्होंने कहा था कि 15 करोड़ 100 करोड़ पर भारी है. ये वो वारिस पठान नहीं है. ये वो वारिस पठान नहीं है.
एक सवाल का जवाब दे दे वारिस पठान. तुम्हारे एमपी ने जब कहा उसको पार्टी से निकालोगे, तुम्हारे एमपी ने कहा
नहीं शर्मा को अभी तक अरेस्ट क्यों नहीं किया?
निकालोगे.
फ्रिंज एलिमेंट का है,
से जुदा की बात करोगे,
प्रोटेक्शन दे दिया है, उसको अरेस्ट नहीं करेंगे. मगर हमारी पार्टी के कलीमुल्लाह साहब अगर जाएंगे पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट करने, उसको अरेस्ट कर लोगे. जो पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट करने आएगा, जो संविधान के दायरे में रहकर अपनी बात करने आएगा, उसको अरेस्ट कर लेंगे. मगर जो
सौरभ, here's a question. a question.
मुसलमान कर रहे हैं,
People have spoken about. People have spoken about. Saurav is on the debate right now, and Saurav is on the debate, and Saurav is on the debate with Mr. Rashadi. Mr. Saurav is on the debate with Mr. Rashadi. Just one, Mr. Kalikoti, Mr. Kalikoti, can you hear me? 1 minute, please. Mr. Kalikoti is on the debate right now. Mr. Kalikoti, they have been saying, the other panelists have been saying.
But I'm sorry, the way each one is fighting, we all should know that we all are Indians, and we are here not to ignite, we are here not to fight, or we are here to respect the females, the males, and whatever it is going on. But whatever is here, I could get one message from Arnab ji, and that's very clear. The riot culture is not acceptable in Islam. It is not acceptable in India. Yes, they should, if there are any protests, if we have law, we have
one more lecturer,
the
one
Indian
more lecturer on the debate. Arnab, now we have become students, we have to see lecture from this kind of
just for a political mileage, I think we should not create a line between a Hindu and a Muslim. We should not just for gaining a political distancing between the humanity. We should be proud. We belong to a country which is diversified, but we live with love, humanity, peace, and all those things. We should avoid, especially on this type of a forum where Arnab, we all are there, where millions of people are watching us. See, yes, I am a Muslim. Yes, I believe, I love my Prophet, peace be upon him.
Where are the BJP spokesperson? Where are the fringe elements?
Even if he was alive,
call them.
we remember his hadith.
Why is that fringe element not get arrested?
When our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, was moving on the streets,
I am asking
Yahudi female dropped, you can say, dirt on him. And what did he do? He was going every day. He never complained. He never fought. One day the dirt did not fall on him. Then he went up. He went up to see how is the lady doing. This is what the example our Prophet has given to us. And what we are doing today, just because we have gathered there, our clerics who have got a very important role, You see, whose houses have been bulldozed? These are the Muslim houses. This is what, for action there is a reaction. We should at times see what is good for the community. We should avoid the provoking statements. We should always believe in dialogue. A dialogue, not on discord, not give a chance for, people pointing out at us, stating our, they have doubts that we are Muslims, and this type of Muslims we are. No, we are Muslims.
In India,
what we have done, we have damaged our international image. People are looking at us. People are looking at us with an image. See what is happening. See, you live, I live. You are happy, I am happy. But why we don't want the other common Muslims, the common Indians to live happily? Why do we come in such platforms and give provoking statements? And after that, they again gather behind the mosque and they come out in a public. Let's solve the issues with dialogue. Let's solve the issue. Let us not take law into our hands. No Islam teaches us. No our Indian Constitution teaches us.
What I can see here, Dr. Majid, if I may intervene for a minute. What I can see here, Waris, that is happening, I can see Saurav, and he said in the middle, as Dr. Majid Ahmad was speaking, Waris Pathan says, remove him from the debate. You know why? Why you say that? Why he said that? He said that because he cannot tolerate. He cannot tolerate anyone here who says that Muslims don't stand for riots. Because the line that you take, Waris,
this man is saying no.
This man is saying that bring in some tolerance.
So many people have died. So many people are languishing in jail. She has hurt the sentiments of billions of Muslims all over the world. She is not yet arrested.
no action
Why
has
she is
been
not arrested?
Saurav is
Why
on the
Modi
debate.
is
So
not
what do you want?
arresting her?
So what do you want? Jaydeep is on the debate. Jaydeep is on the debate. No, Waris, 1 minute. Take a chill pill and wait for a minute. No. So what do you want? What do you want? She has been. 1 second. 1 second.
I want Nupur Sharma to be arrested.
No. 1 minute. 1 minute. Listen to me now.
Why is she not arrested?
You listen to me now.
She has hurt the sentiments of billions of Muslims all over the world.
Yeah.
Why
So
she is
she has cases against her. There is a legal process there. Jaydeep is responding. This is too much. He's not stopping. Jaydeep, please stop Waris for a minute, please. A lot of viewers are calling.
What Waris Pathan and the mobs on the streets want is that Nupur Sharma and the others should be hanged in public. That is the only justice that they can understand. That they advocate.
Constitution says she should be punished. Rule of law says she should be punished as per the law.
Jaydeep, let Jaydeep speak. Jaydeep, louder. Jaydeep, louder.
And the law is not going to be dictated by you. The law will take control. The law is not going to be dictated by you. The law, the courts are not going to be dictated by you.
What he says. I am saying she should be arrested. As per law.
No, you are trying to. I would simply say that what you're trying. Waris now. Waris, 1 minute. I'm bringing in Ratan Sharda. Waris, please stop. What you are trying to do. Just wait for a minute, no. What you are trying to do, and I really want to say something now, please. You know,
I'm talking about rule of law.
Yeah, Waris.
I am not playing games.
Do you speak like this all the time?
I am not diverting the mind of
the nation. Do you ever listen to others? My question is to Ratan Sharda.
People are watching.
Yeah, people are watching the way you are also speaking non-stop.
I am asking in front of them.
You don't have the guts to take a single question from me. You lack the spine or the ability to answer my question, which is why you want to speak non-stop. You can't take a single question from me.
You are lacking spine. Why don't you answer to my question?
You can't take a single question from me. You are afraid. You are afraid right now of my next question. That's why you're speaking like this. It's your defensive mechanism. It's your defensive mechanism right now. Now listen, be quiet.
Answer. When I talk about constitution, I become mechanism. When I talk about rule of law, it becomes defensive mechanism. You may call any name.
This is the constitution, viewers. Ratan Sharda is responding, viewers.
Another strike, another attack, and you don't speak. Your mouth gets taped. When your MP says, Nupur Sharma, your mouth gets taped.
When you say, when will you condemn Jindal's statement?
Ratan Sharda, louder please now. Ratan Sharda, I want to hear it.
You insult your Muslim fellow sister. You have insulted fellow Muslim sister. You have insulted a fellow respected doctor. What do you know? You only know chillana, khillana, bhadkana logon ko. You come here to just create rhetoric and just frighten Muslims and put them in your bag. You have no shame at all in burning the country. And you come here to talk about law? You have the falafel to speak about law.
You only know this selective outrage. You have been shouting about Sartan se juda.
You have selective outrage.
You have been shouting about Sartan se juda.
Did you speak about insult of Hindus
do you condemn
in the Gyanvapi case? Did you speak? You did not. Did you speak against the Sartan se juda crowd? You did not. Did you speak against Bengali cleric who created hate? You did not.
But you will keep.
You are scared. You are scared and you will not speak against those hate mongers, but you will try to keep on speaking on Nupur only. If you have guts, speak against Sartan se juda. If you have guts, you criticize. I am Muslim.
Rashadi.
But you will keep on shouting about Sartan se juda. This is the hypocrisy that needs to be exposed. You are exposed, Ratan Chacha. You are exposed. These panelists sitting here are exposed. This selective outrage of yours is clearly visible to the nation.
That is your culture.
You are a
hypocrite. Insulted the lady here and you just kept quiet. Did you criticize him?
You were talking about
your
land.
fellow panelists criticize the doctor because he didn't speak your language. You do not like educated Muslims. You do not like modern Muslims. You do not like You do not like gentle Muslims. You only love writers.
It almost seems to me. Khaliqur Rahman. It almost seems to me, and I am compelled to say this. It seems to me that some people will be very disappointed, Khaliqur Rahman, if things normalize. They want to stretch this issue. They do not want it to end. They don't want it to be treated legally. They want this to be one massive spiral of violence. Mr. Rashadi, I'm talking to Khaliqur Rahman.
It is the BJP who wants to stretch this issue. It is the BJP government who wants to stretch this issue. Who has taken the law in their hands? Because there is a procedure, there is a laid down procedure as per the law. Whether it is government or whether it is the people, everyone is supposed to follow that. And this is not the way that the country is governed. The country has to be governed by the constitution. The country has to be governed by the law. Whether it is the CM or the PM, no one has got the right to take the law in their hands. The way we have seen the houses have been bulldozed, that is not the way. Even if somebody is found guilty, there is a law how that person has to be tried with.
By calling for sentence.
It is just you are trying to terrorize the people.
Can I just say one thing? Can I say one thing? Mr. Khaliqur Rahman, just 1 minute please. I don't want two people to speak. My limited point is...
ask him to apologize to Subui Khan. Ask Waris Pathan to apologize to Subui Khan. He said Subui Khan uska khandan. That is the standard. They don't know how to respect women.
I can't hear Waris.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you to tell me who are you? You apologize. You apologize. When will you arrest that fringe element Nupur Sharma? You BJP stupid. You RSS people.
You are useless fellow here.
You are a...
You come here as a public person.
Don't make me use certain name. You are a useless damn person. You are an idiot, lunatic.
Let it be. First.
You are a lunatic. You don't know how to debate. You just come here and make your point.
Waris, I request you to control the use of your language. Please, Mr. Waris Pathan, you have no right to call Ratan Chadha those names. This is not necessary at all. And you must please stop here. And my question is, where is... One minute. Subui is on the debate. I can't listen to everyone all the time. My question is right now, Subui is on the debate. Where was this anger? When an elected legislator, Imtiaz Jalil, he used to be a reporter for a TV channel earlier. And he said, one minute, Waris on the right. He said, I want a public hanging. He says, I want a public hanging for Nupur Sharma. He said there is a public hanging. He asked for a public hanging for Nupur Sharma. Did Waris Pathan say a word then? Did he say a word then, Subui?
And let the rule of law take place.
Arnab, first of all, I want to thank Sharda ji for taking a stand for me. Because these people, इन लोगों को आदत पड़ गई है मुसलमान महिला को शाबानो समझने की. ये भूल गए हैं कि ये 1984 नहीं है, ये 2022 है. ये भूल गए हैं कि ये वो वाली विधर्मी सरकारें नहीं है, ये नेशनलिस्ट सरकार है. ये भूल गए हैं कि मेरा नाम सुबुई खान है. 2 लाइन आपको पहले बोल रही थी मैं, लेकिन आप चिल्ला रहे थे तो मैंने नहीं बोली थी. आई वांट टू रिपीट इट. मैं गरुड़ कृष्ण में पक्षी राज सिर पर न चाहिए मुझको ताज. आप लोगों की जिंदगी मंत्री, विधायक, राज्यसभा, लोकसभा या टिकट मिल जाए, इस पर ही शुरू होकर इस पर ही खत्म हो जाती है. आपका आउटरीच तब कहा जाता है पैगंबर मोहम्मद के नाम पे जब जैशे मोहब्बत चलती है, तब कहा जाता है आउटरीच. जब मुसलमान महिलाओं के साथ हलाला होता है, सेक्सुअल कमोडिटी की तरह एक्सचेंज करते हैं उनको, तब कहा जाता है आउटरीच. जब मुसलमान बच्चों को अलगाववादी, कट्टरवादी, आतंकवादी बनाते हैं. बहुत अच्छा बोला शारदा जी ने. You don't want rational Muslims. You don't want progressive Muslims. You don't want nationalist Muslims. You want Muslims with stones in their hands who you can manipulate and use as foot soldiers. आपके ओवैसी साहब के बेटे तो अमेरिका पढ़ते हैं, लेकिन मुसलमान बच्चे के हाथ में आप लोग पत्थर देते हैं. और प्रॉफिट की लड़ाई लड़ना बंद करिए. प्रॉफिट की लड़ाई लड़ने के लिए
no abuse. She's questioning you. She's not abusing you, Waris. You're abusing her. That's not
Mind your language.
That's really unfortunate. Please.
मैनली को क्यों हर्ट हो रही है? मैनहुड पे चोट लग गई क्या भाई साहब? मैनहुड पे चोट लग गई, क्यों मैनली को हर्ट हो रही है?
Okay, Waris and Subui. Waris and Subui. and Subui, I want to just, I began my debate by asking this, Ratnakar Tripathi, and that what happened over the weekend and what happened on Friday caused me a lot of pain. I saw the pictures from West Bengal's Howrah. I saw Uluberia. I saw what happened in Nadia. I saw that. Everyone has seen that. I mean, Jaideep was talking about it. I saw what happened, how tense the situation was in Hyderabad and what it was like in Sholapur, and I know what happened in Ranchi, and you know as well. And somewhere, I am very worried. And what worries me the most today is that some people are saying it's the right to protest. You see, Ratnakar Tripathi, your party, the Congress party, made the cardinal sin of calling Sajjan Kumar a protester. Sajjan Kumar was not a protester. He's a killer. He's a rioter. But your party said he was simply protesting. Rioting is not a protest. And I'm really concerned that we have become very indulgent with this violence, very, very indulgent. To a point where we are seeing, okay, if it causes the Modi government a little bit of difficulty, let there be some more rioting. It's a fact, that's how people are thinking now. Well, if people can't win an election, if they are rejected by the people, like Waris Pathan, then why take it out in the form of protests, riots, and then call them protests? Mr. Tripathi.
Shall I say something, Dr. Goswami?
Yes, sir.
Yes. We paid for that. We paid for that. For Sajjan Kumar, for HKL Bhagat, we paid for that. We are still suffering. We are still suffering for that. So, but let me tell you one thing. Sinners will pay. Sinners will pay. Whether they are the BJPians or Congress person or any other. But on a lighter note, I just want to ask you one question. Shall I shut off logic and other things and learn the art of being chaotic, insane, rhetorical, and this Banarsi word kukur how, when the dogs fight, to get time on your show? I don't think this was a debate.
No, thank you. The point is, Mr. You're trying to avoid my question. You see, your party made Sajjan Kumar into a protester. My question was, your party made Sajjan Kumar a protester. Waris Pathan is today justifying what Imtiaz Chali said. That's my question. Elected people are asking for public hangings, that's okay.
I say my party president has made clear that we are against violence.
Don't distance.
We want law to prevail. We want she to be convicted and punished as per law. No, don't.
That's what was that law? Was that law that Jalil was talking about? What Jalil said, that was the rule of law.
Sentence her to jail.
When he said she should be hung in this place in Aurangabad, is Chorape, that was law. Was that law?
Our party president clearly said that Nupur should be arrested. She should be sent to jail. Let the trial take its own course and be punished.
Sartan se juda is law.
Our party president said that.
Calling for Nupur's beheading is law.
Who said Sartan se juda? Who said Sartan se juda?
Bounties being declared on Nupur Sharma is law.
False statement on national television. Who said Sartan se juda? Did he say that?
No, anyone who says that, is that law?
A statement which he did not say.
And what did Imtiaz say? What did Imtiaz say? Was that law?
He said our party president had clear terms said. What our party president say is law for me. He said clear terms.
And the rest can say what they want. Your rest of your legislators can say what they want. Subbu is responding last 1 minute of the debate.
Yes. अर्नब, मैं आज इनकी फर्जी वकालत भी एक्सपोज करना चाहती हूँ. I want Nupur Sharma to be arrested. Law and constitution does not work as per your wants. आपको पता भी है कौन सा चार्ज लगता है? किसी की रिलीजियस फीलिंग्स हर्ट करने के जो आईपीसी में चार्जेस हैं, उसमें सजा 7 साल से कम है. 7 साल से कम सजा के अपराध में गिरफ्तारी नहीं होती है भाई. अगर अक्यूज इन्वेस्टिगेशन में कोऑपरेट करता है तो गिरफ्तारी नहीं होती है. पहले जाकर
And ladies and gentlemen, before I wrap up the show this evening, I want to just say one thing tonight before I wrap up the show this evening. Rahul Gandhi is coming in for questioning again tomorrow. Now, after my experience in 2014, I didn't really feel ever motivated to to interview him again, I pretty much quite understood what his capacity to reply was. But I would like to put out a public invitation tomorrow. If after the questioning or before it, anytime in fact, tomorrow, day after, whenever he has the time, if Rahul Gandhi and for that matter Priyanka Vadra also would like to be interviewed by me on the AGL case, the National Herald case, the big scam there, I'd really look forward to that. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Shall we interview Rahul Gandhi one more time? Tell me what you think, and I shall see you tomorrow evening sharp at 9. Good night and goodbye.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity.